tALES from the jAILS with John G. Sutton. Thank you very much for watching the channel. Do please, please, like and subscribe. It's down there, easy done, helps a lot. Thank you very much. I'm going to talk today about HMP WOODHILL. And we all know who's gone to HMP WOODHILL on transfer from HMP Belmarsh. That's Tommy Morrison. Apparently he didn't want to go. He was taken there by force, because last time he was in HMP WOODHILL, Tommy Robinson was assaulted. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. First of all, comments. Please do make your comments, like and subscribe. Also, if you've got any requests, insults, post them down there. I'm game for a laugh. Go for it. Right, HMP WOODHILL. It's near Milton Keynes, actually. So it's not far away from, not too far away from Woolwich, which is where Belmarsh prison is, and that's where he was. Now he's been transferred to HMP WOODHILL. Now HMP WOODHILL has also got a female governor. Her name's Nicola Marfleet. Now I've got a picture of Nicola Marfleet. I keep trying to show you these pictures. Don't seem to be. Here we are. That's it. Yeah, there you can see. That's Nicola Marfleet. Yeah, you got the idea. Nicola Marfleet, the governor. She's got a master's degree in criminology and management. So there you have it. How nice, yeah. So we don't just have the hostess brigade, we've got the bandmaster. I wonder what they're singing. Anyway, apparently Tommy Robinson did not care to volunteer for the transfer, but when you're in HM prisons, they tend not to, it's not a request, you know, you're not booking yourself into a Premier Inn, are you? You're getting yourself moved. It has been speculated by people that he's going to hit the ghost train. Now, the ghost train is when you get shifted from prison to prison to prison to prison, and you get flirted all around the country. Completely disrupts any visiting that you may be expecting, because of course nobody knows where you're going to be, because you're on the ghost train. They call it the ghost train because they usually move you about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, so that you get snatched out of your cell halfway through a good kip and whisked off in the back of a van, sometimes 200 or 300 miles, as far away as Durham or Wakefield or Strangeways or the Scrubs. It depends where you're going. But HMP WOODHILL, it was a Category A prison. It still holds some Category A inmates, but it's generally a Category B prison. But inside the prison, they've got a strong unit for difficult prisoners. Now, I have seen it speculated that Tommy Robinson is being held on the punishment block. Now, having worked in numerous prisons, they do have secure units, and they're not necessarily 100% for inmates that are on punishment. Some inmates may be on punishment in that unit, but obviously Tommy Robinson isn't, because he hasn't gone through any disciplinary proceedings that I can see or have heard of. But he's been held there for his own protection. And the governor at Belmarsh decided that it wasn't economical to keep him in that unit because it was too expensive, so they flirted him out, and he's now at HMP WOODHILL. As I say, he's in the segregation unit, which is not, it may serve as a punishment unit as well, but it isn't specifically. And when I was working on the block in Strangeways, they had inmates on the segregation unit that was located within the area termed the block, who were not on punishment. Yeah, one of them was Terry Sinclair, who was a remand prisoner at the time, because he was treated as a remand prisoner. Although he'd been convicted, he had made an appeal against his conviction, and pending the hearing of his appeal, he reverted to remand prisoner status. And for his own safekeeping, he was held on the segregation unit at Strangeways. Also at Wormwood Scrubs, in the segregation unit at the Scrubs. If you wonder where that is, or it was when I was there, anyway, it was at the end of A Wing. So if you look at the front of the Scrubs, you get the gates there, the iconic towers, yeah, with Elizabeth Fry and all that set in relief to the gate posts, the gate towers. You go through that gate, turn left, right to the end, and that's A Wing. And the segregation unit was at the front, on the back, at the back of A Wing, and it had its own exercise area, which was caged in. It'll be pretty much the same, I imagine, at HMP Woodhill. But we had inmates on there who were not on discipline, but were there for their own protection. One of them being the former Commander Drury of Scotland Yard. He was a prisoner there, sentenced for corruption. There was another detective on there, ex-detective. I believe he was a former sergeant who was held on A-Wing. They were absolutely broken men, but they were safe. They weren't getting attacked by other prisoners because they were unlocked one at a time. And there were no other inmates around, just the staff, who didn't say anything to them. Usual trick, the silent regime. So that's where Tommy Robinson is at the moment, HMP Woodhill. He is going to be held possibly for quite some time on the segregation unit because, as he'd said before, he was assaulted in the prison, and it is, of course, the number one duty of the prison service to keep the inmates safe. Not that HMP Woodhill is doing such a brilliant job, because it holds the unfortunate record as being the establishment, the prison establishment, that's seen the most suicides. 17 suicides in the last 10 years, I believe. So that's quite a dramatic, nasty record. Risley used to be the place, HMP Risley, near Warrington, in the Greater Manchester area. And HMP Risley used to call it Grizzly Risley, because there was countless suicides in there. Strange story about Grizzly Risley. It was built by contractors, and the man that owned the contracting firm to build Risley ended up as one of its inmates on fraud charges. How about that? So anyway, HMP Woodhill, that's where Tommy Robinson is at the moment. I believe that there are letters going in pleading for his security and all that. Well, I suppose he will be secure in there, for the time being at least. And now I have a request. I had a request specifically. Somebody asked me to sing this song. They reckoned it covered my full vocal range. It was originally recorded by Lee Marvin and featured in the film Paint Your Wagon. It's Wandering Star. Are you sitting comfortably? I've not forgotten the song dinger, folks. It's here. Are you ready? Yep. If you're still watching, then what you are about to receive, you are most certainly deserving. Wandering Star. I was born under a wandering star. I was born under a wandering star. Wheels are made for rolling, mules are made to pack. I never seen a sight that didn't look better looking back. I was born under a wandering star. Mud can make you prisoner, and the plains can bake you dry. Snow can burn your eyes, but only people make you cry. Home is made for coming from, for dreams of going to, which with any luck will never come true. I was born under a wandering star. I was born under a wandering star. Do I know where hell is? Hell is in hello. Heaven is goodbye forever. It's time for me to go. I was born under a wandering star. A wandering star. There you go. I bet it's not wandering anymore. It's flipped, it's lead, it's burnt out, it's a nebula. Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Oh, by the way, I was going to show you my book, wasn't I? Yeah, here it is. This, folks. It's available on Amazon. HMP Manchester Prison Officer. You'll like it.